The Workout Band's upper body regimen focuses on the major muscle groups of your upper body, which are your chest, biceps, triceps, shoulders, and your upper back. Now be sure to increase your resistance as it becomes easier and adjust your grip for maximum benefit for muscle growth and strength conditioning. We highly recommend a quick warm-up of just 3 to 5 minutes of walking, pumping your arms forward, little chest open and closes. You can step touch, or if you have a step in your house, just walk up and down it for a few minutes to get nice and warm. By following this 10-minute upper body workout, you will soon begin to notice increased strength, flexibility, and muscle tissue in your upper body. So let's grab your band and get started. The chest fly is an all-around toner for the entire upper body. Now you can do the chest fly in a seated position like I'm going to demonstrate, or as well as standing to work a little bit more in the core. It's all up to you. To do the chest fly, you're going to take the band around the back but underneath the armpits. Now grab the band in your hand, just like so. Now with the fly, you want to keep your elbows at a fixed bend the entire time, and it's kind of like you're giving someone a hug but you don't really want to touch them. So really lengthen those arms out, keeping the elbows fixed, squeezing all the way through the chest and shoulders. When you come back in the chest fly, be mindful not to come back too far. Only stop where your elbows are equal to the side of your shoulders. Since the chest is a larger muscle group, it can handle a few more repetitions. So I'd aim anywhere between about 15 to 20 or until you lose form. The chest press is a great exercise to add to your upper body routine to really shape and tone the shoulders and the front of the chest. Get yourself set up in there, just staying nice and tall or seated in a chair. Take the band behind you and grab it in a 2-fist grip. Now to start your chest press out, you want your elbows bent right at 90 degrees and your wrists in alignment with your forearms. All you're going to do is slowly press and release the band straight forward, making sure that your elbows stay at a soft bend at the top to really maximize that contraction. When you come back, make sure the elbows do not go too far behind the back so that you keep your shoulders nice and safe. Now, if you don't want to just do a straight chest press and you want to add a little variety, you can do a 45-degree chest press, where all you do is just take those hands up at a 45-degree angle. You also can isolate to where you go one arm at a time, which actually incorporate the core just a little bit more. Aim for about 15 to 18 repetitions based on your fitness level, and then slowly, with control, release that band. The double bicep curl is a great exercise to challenge both arms at the same time. To start off, take your band, place it underneath the arches of both feet, and set yourself up to where your feet are about hip width apart and your knees are just slightly bent. Now in the hands, you're going to take the band and grab it in a 2-fist grip, making sure that the band's secure against your fingers. Now the wider you take the hands, the harder this is going to be. To make it a little bit easier, pull them in closer together. And all you're going to do is keep the elbow stationary, shoulders nice and back. You're going to lift and lower, really focusing on keeping the elbows and upper arms completely stationary. Now on this one, you're gonna feel a big burn at the top, so hold that for an extra count and then lower down with as much control as you can handle, keeping your wrists nice and neutral. Aim for about 12 to 18 repetitions on here, and if it becomes too much, you can always bring your hands in slightly. The hammer curl is just a simple variation of your single arm standing bicep curl. Now in a hammer curl, instead of your palm facing upward, you're just going to gently turn it in so that your palm is facing towards your thigh. The hammer curl works the brachioradialis, which is your turning muscle of your bicep, which also gives you a nice toned appearance in the entire front arm. Set yourself up in a hammer curl. Take the band, place it underneath the arch of the foot, secure it in there, and then stand up nice and tall with your shoulders back and your abs engaged. Grabbing the band in your palm, closed fist grip, just turn the hand so it faces in towards your thigh, and then you're just going to slowly lift and lower that arm, keeping your elbow as stationary as possible. Because this is a slightly smaller muscle, you may find that you can't handle as much resistance on the hammer curl as you could in the regular bicep curl. You want to aim for about 12 to 18 repetitions based on your fitness level, and after you finish those repetitions on your one side, just release and switch it to the opposite side. The shoulder press is a great exercise for your upper body routine because your shoulders always get work in every other exercise but not much isolation. So to isolate your shoulders, you're going to go into a fist grip on the bottom band, hold it across the chest about shoulder height on the opposite side. Now taking the band in the other hand, make a nice tight fist, and all you're going to do is set yourself up to where your elbow is at a 90-degree bend and your wrist is straight up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to slowly press and lower with control the entire time, making sure that your arm goes straight up, not overhead in arcing motion. Now it's really easy to lift your shoulder blades up during a shoulder press, so really focus on pulling everything down and sitting as tall as you can. This exercise can also be done standing just as simple. On that shoulder press, you want to aim for about 15 to 18 repetitions based on your fitness level. Again, if you need more weight, come right here. Less weight, come lower. After you finish one side, just release it. Make sure your hands equal on the other side, and you'll just switch and go from there. The single bicep curl is a great tool for shaping and toning the front of the arm. All you're going to do is grab the band in a fist grip with one hand, take it across the opposite hip, and then slide your hand in with the nice strong fist grip. Keeping the elbows stationary by the side, you're just going to curl up and down, working through the front of the arm. If you need more resistance, hold closer to the knot. Less resistance, hold away. If that's still not enough resistance, you can take the band, place it underneath the arch of the foot, nice and secure, lift up, lift the chest up, again keeping that elbow nice and stationary, wrist neutral. You're just going to lift and lower, working through a full range of motion in that arm. You want to aim for about 12 to 18 reps on here, keeping your good form the entire time. After you finish one side of the body, you'll then switch and go to the other arm. The tricep overhead extension is a great exercise to tone the back of the arms, which are the ones when you wave kind of flap in the wind a little bit. Now to do this, what you're going to need to do is grab the band in a fist grip on the bottom arm. Now your top arm is going to come overhead in a nice strong fist. Elbow is going to point straight up to the ceiling. Knees are soft, abs are engaged. Try not to arch the back. Keep your spine as neutral as possible. Now keeping your elbow pointed straight up to the ceiling, you're just going to slowly lift and lower that lower arm with a neutral wrist. You'll feel a big stretch in the back of the tricep and then a big squeeze at the top. If you need more resistance on this one, just change your grip on the bottom hand slightly higher towards the knot, but really focus on keeping that upper arm straight to the ceiling. Rep range wants you to aim for about 12 to 18 or as many as you can do, keeping good form. After you finish those, just make sure you work the opposite side with the same amount of resistance. The tricep press down will help shape and tone the back of your arm. Now to set yourself up in this, you're going to take the band in one fist grip and place it across the opposite shoulder. Now you're also going to grab the bottom of the band, fingers around, elbow right by your side. Keeping the elbow as stationary as possible, you're just going to naturally press that arm down, moving only your lower arm. Now once you hit to a full extension, give it a big squeeze and then just slowly lower back up to where the band comes but does not have slack. Now if you still need a little bit more resistance here, just grab the band closer to the knot. Same idea, same setup. Just make sure that your wrist stays natural and that your abs are staying engaged and the only movement is in that lower arm. You're going to aim between about 12 to 18 repetitions or as many as you can do with good form. Just make sure after you've done your last rep, when you come to the other side, try and grip the band in the same position that you had it on the other arm to make sure everything is balanced out. The upper back press is a great exercise to work on the posture of that upper back. You always want to make sure the shoulder blades stay pulled down into a slight V. Keep the neck relaxed and keep those abs engaged the entire time. You can take your band straight out in front of you. The first variation we're going to do, take your hands straight through the band and clasp in tight fists. Now keeping your elbows at the same bend the entire time, you're just going to open it up to where your hands go directly out and to the side. That band should come right around the center of the chest. Again, make sure you do not hike the neck up. Keep everything pulled down and back to really target those muscles. Now a variation of this is to do a bent upper back press. For that one, you can handle more resistance, so just grip in a little bit closer. Same starting point, arms straight out in front. On this one, you're just gonna make sure you pull straight back with the elbows, like you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades the entire time. Rep-wise, I would stay between about 15 to 18 here, just making sure that neck stays down. If you find it hiking up, stop, take a breather, reset, and then come back into your exercise. Moving into the upright row, it's going to work the shoulders, the front side as well as the side. Now make sure during the upright row, the number one thing to do is keep the neck relaxed. Your traps want to lift up and down, but we want to really focus on the shoulders instead of the neck. Starting off, take your band and place it underneath both feet. So you have both feet in that one loop. Now keep your feet just about hip width apart. You're going to bend the knees and grab the top part of the band in a two-fisted grip. Now if you want to make this more challenging, you'll take your hands wider, less resistance, keep them closer together. Now really take a big deep breath in, pull the shoulders down, soften the knees up, and you're just going to slowly lift it up to where your hands are coming right up the center of your chest. Now during an upright row, really focus on leading up with those elbows, not out to the side. So they're coming up and out as I keep my neck as relaxed as possible. For the upright rows, let's aim for about 15 to 18 repetitions, slowly controlling the lift and the lower portion equally. After you finish your last one, just release it down, bend the knees, and bring yourself out of your band. The push-up is my favorite all-time exercise for the upper body. A lot of times people shy away from push-ups because they think they're too challenging for them. I'm gonna show you modifications that help you work up to your best fitness level without and with the band. They're gonna start off with the most basic push-up. I'm gonna come down to the floor, and this is called the box. Now to come into the box, what you're gonna do is take your hands out wider than shoulder width, and your knees are directly under your hips. Keeping the body flat and the abs engaged, you're gonna slowly just lower yourself down and up. Now your hips will lift slightly in the air as you go down and up in the box. That is your level 1 push-ups. If that's not challenging enough, walk yourself out into a full knee push-up. Straight down, straight up. Making sure to keep your spine in alignment. You never wanna drop or arch that head back. Now while doing knee push-ups, you wanna make sure that your toes are always on the ground. Your full push-up, all you're gonna do is push back onto the heels, body flat as a board, drop straight down and straight up. The full push-up is the most challenging, and it really works the entire body, including the core. Now, once you feel like you can do about 15 to 20 repetitions of a push-up, you can start adding the band in. Now, to add the band to your push-up, take it behind the back, place it underneath armpits in a 2-fisted grip. Now, to come down into your push-up form may look a little bit awkward, but I promise it's worth it. You're gonna start in your box position. Walk your hand down. So same idea, abs engaged. You're gonna lower and lift the same way you would do as if you did not have the band around you. You'll notice that it's a lot harder to push yourself up than down because of the resistance with the band. Now, if that's not enough, walk yourself out. Knee push-ups, exact same form, but that added resistance really makes it burn. And if you really wanna challenge, full toe push-ups with that band. The deeper you go, the harder it will be. You wanna aim for as many that you can get with good repetitions and good form. I recommend doing all the exercises of the upper body workout about 2 to 3 times per workout based on your fitness level. If it's your first time, go through them all once and just get comfortable, and then slowly incorporate more sets as you get more fit. As a reminder, you always want to cool down after any exercise. Take about 3 to 5 minutes to just march in place, take a walk around your neighborhood, or any light cardiovascular activity. Another good thing to do is stretch after every workout to really keep those muscles nice and loose and limber and ready for the next one. We recommend that you alternate our upper body, lower body, and core strengthening workout to maximize the benefits of your entire body and get as fit as you possibly can.